have an issue with black women. You say he don't like black women, right? Or he don't date black women.
He did, because his baby mama's also black, but
Uh-huh.
he was her. That's why he was bashing them, and I kind of got tricked because people put me in my place,
Mm-hmm.
and it's my own people of color that did that.
Why did they put you in your place?
Because because what I did was wrong. I was in the wrong
How?
by saying things that I'm not supposed to say and put other races before them. I was wrong for that.
What did you do? I mean, let's talk about that. Like, what did you do? So you went on this man's live, and when you went on his live, what did you do when you was on his live? Like, what did you say on his live to make you feel as though you couldn't say what you said because you put other races in it? Because if you're on the live with someone and they're downgrading and minimizing, let's say, black people or black women, they just put another race in. So what could you have done that they weren't already doing is my point.
Well, what I did was, okay, I remember saying this to you, right? I said, how you, what about y'all black women? What about y'all black men? I was very focused towards my mother because I was, like I said, I was kind of like under the influence, and the influence got me into the wrong path of my thinking, of lack of thinking properly. And I wasn't in that right frame of mind. I said, oh, well, I ain't no black woman. And Red talked to me and asked me, is your mom black? Is your grandmother black? And I said, yes. And I said, and he also asked you, yeah. And he also had said, white people can be loud. I never hear that dude. I ain't talking about Luke. Ringo never talk about that. And when I listen to him, and I'm like, yes, people used to tell me, but they more louder than us. I never hear Ringo talking about that. Because they was explaining to me.
I'm still lost. I'm still confused. I'm still trying to understand what it is that you did that was wrong. I'm trying to understand what did you say that was actually wrong that made you be pointed out.
Okay, I gotta go back to what I did was wrong was saying all types of things. Like I said, I put other races, and my mother had corrected me on that.
Right.
Thinking that other races are good looking than my own. I was wrong for that.
Oh, okay, so let's back up. So what you was doing was you was on someone else's show or their panel, and you were talking about other races that were actually better than black races, is what you're saying?
Well, I wasn't on their panel because I didn't have social media back then.
So this was a while ago.
Yeah, that was years ago before I had social media, before 2013. That was when I was young.
Okay, give me 1 second. On the phone with Gotten, talking about, I guess there is another channel that don't like black women. He's a black man and he don't like black women. So Gotten is on the line explaining to me about who this person is. But in the meantime, I want to put Gotten on hold for a second because I want to welcome everybody to the Queen's Lounge, y'all. And I want to also tell Jimmy Tendons back said hi. I said hello. You would have gotten my attention a little quicker, Jimmy, if you said hello, Queen. But you know what? You did fly in, you did land, and you did make sure you say hello. And I'm wondering why you put those exclamation points there, Jim. What happened with your exclamation points, Jim? How are you tonight? I see you trying to get my attention. You have it now. How you doing? I'm on the line with Gotten right now. Hey, Gotten. Gotten said, hey, what's up, chat? Tell the chat hello, Gotten.
Hey, hello, chat.
And Gotten, did you want to explain? Well, we're going to get into that. Gotten is on the line again, telling me, what's the name of the channel that you're referring to, Gotten?
Well, I said New Breed.
Okay, he on the phone with someone named New Breed. So Jimmy said, say it like Jimmy 1010. What do you mean, say it like Jimmy 1010? You mean like say it like hello, Queen? Talking about that, Jimmy? And for the record, you say 1010. I kind of like that number. I wonder, should I have played it? So what do you mean if you're Jimmy? Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha. You know what, Jimmy? Let me first apologize because Jimmy, I was trying to figure out what Jimmy's name was, and it's Jimmy 1010's back. So Jimmy was explaining to me, say it like Jimmy, the number 10, and then another 10. So it's Jimmy 1010. Okay. And Jimmy, I have a question for you. What made you come up with that username? Because that's kind of interesting. What made you come up with Jimmy 1010s? I like that. The reason why I like that, Jimmy, is because that 1010 is actually a number. And now that you're flying in and you letting me know it's the number 10 and another 10, that might be an interesting number for me to play. What do you think about that? Mr. Jimmy boy. And for anybody out there in my La La Land, what I call them is my parking lot pimps, I want to tell y'all welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming to the Queen's Lounge. If you're out there in the parking lot, you got 2 rules to this thing. Come in, enjoy yourself, have a good time. But when you exit the premises in the building, make sure you take all your trash and your junk with you. If there's any parking lot pimpettes out there, you're allowed to sit out there in the parking lot. But just know, I got some parking lot pimps out there and they're watching you. So I'm going to blow everybody a kiss that's watching. And just understand, you're not at the movie theater. You're actually at a live with a human person that's not putting on the show, y'all. Jimmy also said, it's my favorite number. And for me, it's 2 times the charm. Okay. Jimmy also said, I already see. Is that all right? See you later. Bye. I think that's all right. See you later. Bye. Okay, Jimmy. You know what, Jimmy? Thank you so much for flying in. If you will, Jimmy, hit the like button. And if you want to, subscribe as well. I definitely appreciate you for that. There's a kiss to you, Jimmy, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Gotten. So I had to address Jimmy because Jimmy was just flying in. And Jimmy had to explain to me about his name, but he also said, all right, see you later. And he told me bye. So I had to tell him, bye-bye. But anyway, so Gotten, back to your story. So are you saying that you was on the other end of you were on the other end of having like a certain concern with what? Black women? Before you kind of go ahead, I'm listening.
It wasn't all. I think all that had to stem something to do with my mother.
Okay.
That's what it all stems to, and I was wrong for that.
Let me ask you, Gotten, is your mom Black?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And what were you having? Were you having problems with your mom, or y'all didn't get along or something?
It'd be a on and off thing.
Is it still like that?
Yeah.
Are you the only? Huh?
Oh, am I the only child?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
What? How many siblings do you have?
I got like 4.
And where do you fit in on the age?
Well, I'm the middle. I'm 35, about to be 36.
So you're the middle child?
Yes, I am.
Ah, so you're the middle child. Okay. And when did you start having concerns with your mom? When did you you and your mom go through like a turmoil?
I think it's something to do with my behavior and how I act and how I embarrass her and how I want to do things my way.
So you always so let me ask you, is your mom, not being rude, but is your mom controlling?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So your mom's controlling. What month was she born?
I was born in 1989.
No, what month was your mom born?
My bad. What month? February.
Your mom is February, beginning or end? What, she's an Aries? It's an Aquarius.
Yeah.
Oh, she's an Aquarius, Gotten. You got to look up your signs.
Yeah,
You know, Aquarius, not to be insulting to anyone, but an Aquarius honestly can be very narcissistic. They're not going to like for me to say that, but it's the truth. And an Aquarius is a person that basically want the first, last, and the middle word. They don't want you to go against them. They want you to kind of like agree with everything they say. They want you to understand what they said. And if you go on the opposite side of them, then they're going to do everything in their power to get you to go along with what they say. I mean, they big dreamers. Nothing wrong with that, you know. It's just a couple things. I'm sure I'm describing your mom almost to a T, if not to the T.
Right.
So did so can I ask you one more question? Out of the four siblings, how many brothers do you have?
I only have one.
You got, and is that brother older or younger?
Older.
So how's your mom relationship with that sibling?
It's kind of like on and off, just like mine.
Okay, so she like that with all the kids except which one?
The one at least has to be. It has to be either my older sister or my youngest sister.
So she get along with the sisters better than the boys.
Yeah.
And y'all have the same father?
No.
Okay.
We have different fathers.
And out of all the children, is your mom still with any of the kids' fathers?
No, not anymore.
Oh, okay. But she just happened to bond more with the girls.
Yeah.
Ah. But let me ask you, guys, was it always like this with your mom?
Yeah, she been going through a lot. But my brother told me, he told me she been going through a lot, but she ain't gonna tell us what it is.
Oh. Understood. Okay, your mom, she's going through a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you know,
I can't say, I doubt it. There's a possibility, but it's a sense she's going through a lot.
Right. Well, you know what? You know what, Gotten? But she's always been like this.
Well, yeah, even though she looked out for us, yes.
When you say out for us, what do you mean by that?
Like taking care of us, you know, get clothes, feed us, things of that nature.
She did what she's supposed to do as a mom.
Yes, absolutely.
But was she a single mom?
Yes.
So as a single mom, do you feel like she was a lot harder on you?
Yeah, on and all.
Huh. Okay, I understand. You know what?
I don't know if. Go ahead, Dee Dee.
No, go ahead. You say you don't know.
I don't know if my mom was like your mom. I don't know. It was like the same similarities. Like your mom must have been going through the same thing like my mom.
What does your mom? When you say going through things? What was your mom going through?
It's so complicated.
No, it's not. Just say it. It's not complicated. Not for me. If you just say it, we'll ravel through it.
Okay, it's like her heart is broken.
From men.
Because I heard about that. And she also told me that you don't want no man to control her.
Because do she feel like the men that were controlling her, do she feel like those men really wasn't bringing anything from the to the table for her? Or do your mom have like internal insecurities where she was choosing the wrong men? Like what was it?
It probably had to be the internal insecurity and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm on the line with Gotten right now. Hey, that 400 Circle Media. How you doing today? 400 Circle Media is on the line. He just joined in too. Good to see you. 400 Circle Media said Queen. He gave me all the hearts and the crowns, and he gave me that one heart with the thing to the side, and that's a heart. And then he gave me that one solid heart. So thank you, 400 Circle Media. I definitely appreciate that from you. So Gotten, yeah, I had to break up. I had to break up the monotony just now. That's why I made sure that I spoke to 400 Circle Media, because I know having conversations like this is not always easy. And the good part about it, you didn't even expect this conversation out of us tonight. So it seemed like, Gotten, honestly, it seemed like you have a lot internally that you also have to sort through. Because now I understand when you say at one point in your life, you had like an issue with Black women, but that issue actually stemmed from the treatment of your mom, which made you look at pretty much Black women in a whole as the same. Or were you going through things with other Black women as well, and then you kind of linked it also back to your mom?
It was kind of like my mother and my ex-girlfriend. I definitely will say that.
How long were you with your ex-girlfriend?
It was on May 2012 to April 2013. I gotta like call my friend back. That's when it all started.
Oh, so it was you was in this relationship for a year?
Yeah, because she was very controlling. She was like an older woman.
Oh, and she was controlling you. Well, let me ask you this. You said that you were with an older Black woman and she was controlling. When you first got with this Black woman, did you allow her to control you?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so you allow, huh?
When she allowed control me, yeah.
No, when you, the older Black lady that you were with, when you first start dating her, were you allowing her to be controlling?
Oh yeah, I left something out. Well, the beginning it was good.
Right.
When it got further down, I let her control me.
Right. Were you allowing some of that in the beginning? And then you got comfortable with it and she started escalating the controlling?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you allow her to control you in the beginning. Is that how you kind of is that how you were getting along with your mom, by just letting your mom just control and just do whatever?
Well, my mom got on me about that, about letting her control me and stuff.
But were your mom controlling you?
Yeah.
So your mom didn't like that the ex-girlfriend was controlling you, but in the same breath, your mom was controlling with you first. She was already controlling with you because the girlfriend came next, came last. Okay, so your mom basically found some competition in the room. Kool-Aid people.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what the chemistry looks like.
How's your relationship with her now?
Well, we haven't been talking for like over 10 years.
Oh, you haven't talked to her. You know what I'm going to tell you about that guy? And it might have been for a good reason that you and I talked, because this conversation basically stemmed because Gotten wanted me to speak to someone on a live. And when I got on the live, I looked at the live and okay, I didn't do anything on there, but it seemed like something was technical difficulty. I had my mic unmiked. I could hear him very well, but I couldn't really see them. And so Gotten and I got on our call. We were already on the call, and we started talking about how his mom, how because of his relationship with his mom, he initially had issues with black women. And then he started dating another woman, and the same issues that he had with his mom, he started having those same issues with a girlfriend of his. And with this particular girlfriend, Gotten also allowed her to be very controlling with him even in the beginning. So I'm gonna tell you what, Gotten, I'm sure that the story plottings, I'm sure it thickens a lot more than what we're talking about right now, because this basically is just the surface of it. But just listening to the surface side of it, the only thing that I'm gonna tell you is I can understand with your mom, especially if she raised you and she gave you everything, but she came off very controlling or narcissistic, or just impulsively taking over and not giving you a voice. The only thing that I could say to you about that, it is one thing when you were raised like that to kind of like deal with that type of treatment, almost like as if with those kids. I just did the video about the mom that abandoned them in a home, a filthy, nasty, dirty, disgraceful, pitiful home for 4 years. And those kids never been out the door or anything. The house was disgusting. This lady got a $250 million bond, not understanding why no one else seen what went on. Nobody seen the kids. Nobody reported it. I couldn't understand that story, but I can tell you this. What I can tell you about that is this. You've been away from your mom about 10 years, you said, right?
No, not.
How long did you say you said it's been about 10 years? What was about the 10 years for?
You talking about the ex-girlfriend?
No,
right?
your mom.
Oh, it wasn't the mom.
Oh, it was the girlfriend that you was away from for 10 years.
Yeah.
So how are you with your mom right now? Do y'all live near each other in the same place? How is it?
Yeah.
You still with your mom?
Yeah.
Okay, so
like every day.
Huh?
Every day.
Okay, so you're still with your mom and you're still going through the same behavior.
Yeah, on and on.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's not gonna go nowhere.
Yeah, it's gonna go somewhere. Do you speak up to your mom, or you just let her kind of handle things the way she handling it?
Well, there were times I had spoke up, and some of the times she don't like it, on and on.
So when you speak up, what's the outcome?
What the outcome is, oh my God, the outcome is, because I remember something, and I said, you don't have the patience for it. That's when I spoke up, and she didn't like it.
So when you spoke up and she didn't like it, how did that make you feel?
I was like, I did not say anything. It was with the pagan holidays, and I didn't want to say anything about it. And she went off, and she said, you be listening to all that conspiracy stuff.
She went off because you're listening to conspiracy things, but you've been having issues with her since childhood.
Yeah.
So she don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, I was like, dang, I should not say anything. Why would I? It's like, dang.
But wow. Go ahead.
It's like, wow, first the wrestling, then the anime, the Sophia, then this and that and the third. Like, oh my gosh, that's why the connection is not there.
Well, the connection is not there because y'all have a lack of communication. Number one, because it seemed like the only one that communicates is your mom, and whichever way that go, it goes that way. And no one, I mean, you, for an example, don't stand up to her. The problem with that is sometimes when you're dealing with people with narcissistic behavior, the communication is not going to come until they learn how to listen and understand that they're not the only ones with a voice. They're not the only ones with an opinion. They're not the only ones with a thought. You're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere with a person like that, because you got to be able to speak and communicate in order to resolve and continue. And if you can't speak, you can't communicate, how can you resolve and how can you continue? Those don't amount to what that end up being is somebody's never going to be happy. I'm going to give you the example of what I mean by that. A lot of men that I hear speak, they always say they're looking for a woman that's submissive. And how I always respond to stuff like that is, you can look for all the submissive women or all the submissive men that you want to look for. But if that submissiveness don't come from internal, it's never going to work. It's never going to work, because only one person going to be happy, and that's the person that wants a submissive person. But if that other person in their heart not happy with the treatment in return, or not getting back something that makes them continue to be submissive, it's going to always be a one-sided relationship. And I think that's what's kind of going on here. You said you tried to talk to your mom. She's telling you, oh, you too far into that theory of black this back in the days. She don't want to hear that type of theory. But in the same breath, these are issues that you've been going through with her before you was down that road, and she's not going to accept, hear, or understand that. Sometimes, and you may think I'm kidding, and I'm not saying this for you to separate from your mom, but sometimes it take a separation. And sometimes there has to be a physical separation in order for you to get a better understanding of each other, because as it stands right now, she's the only one that's getting the tongue in the conversation. There's no communication from you because she don't want to hear it. There's no responses from you because she don't want to hear it. There's no understanding about you because she don't give a damn and she don't want to hear it. What do you do with people like that? Sometimes you have to find a way to separate yourself. And believe it or not, parents have to be involved in that. Unless you're going to continue to live the way you live it, and you're only quiet now. So what happens is you leave from your mom with no tongue, no voice, no communication, and the lack thereof. Then you get into a relationship and not understanding you're picking the same type of person that you just left from. Why? Because you got to find a way to understand what you want from you. You have to find a way to know how to communicate. Number 3, if you're speaking to someone and they're not trying to understand you, then what you have to do is you also have to find a way to let it go. Believe it or not, because not having a healthy relationship with communication and boundaries, even in a relationship with parents, it can also lead to destruction. And as you can see on your end, the destruction was, I don't like my mama, I didn't like the girlfriend I had, and I got a problem with black women. When the problem wasn't black women, the problem was a black woman. And because you didn't know how to address that black woman, how you going to address a black woman as a girlfriend? And it's not even that you can't address the black woman as your mom and that you can't address the black woman as your girlfriend. You got to look deeper in the water. You don't even really know how to address yourself. Because if you don't know how to, first of all, people going to find this to be crazy. And they can find it to be as crazy as they damn it want to find it. If you don't know how to talk to yourself, you in trouble. Rather people who, I don't give a damn if you talking to Trump's daddy mama with the toupee on backwards. If you don't know how to talk to yourself and understand what self want, understand what self need, understand what self boundaries are, you're not going to be able to deal with nobody. And I'm not being funny. Moms are moms. But one thing that a mom come with, A mom is a mom. But one thing that a mom naturally comes with soft skills. That's why when a mom have a baby, she loved that baby unconditionally because she had that baby, and she's teaching. She loved that baby, loved that baby. And when you love somebody, and you genuinely loving someone, you can hold that baby. You don't care if they poop, you gonna change their pamper. You don't care if they spit up on you, you gonna wipe that spit up off. You don't care if they, whatever, if they step on your toe, you're going to say, come on, baby, you got to be careful. You're going to still always be gentle because that's what a mom does. A mom is women come with soft skills. And if a woman came with soft skills, then you as a man, you're going to inherit some of those soft skills, but you also have to learn how to grow up and be a man. So if you got those soft skills, but you never made it to the manhood side of it, how are you going to protect yourself from a woman? How are you going to protect yourself from other people? How, honestly, are you going to protect yourself from yourself? Because the first destruction right there, that's why you break away from moms and you break away from dads, because once your mom and dad have raised you, you got to learn how to get out there in the world, and you have to learn how to do it on your own. You got to learn how to do it on your own, get it on your own, and be on your own until you get a mate to come with you, and then you raise your kids, and then you start raising those kids the way you want to be raised or the way you were raised. But if you don't have a backbone to any, if you don't have a backbone to face your mom, you don't have a backbone to face women. Honestly, how do you face yourself? And that's one of the reasons why I decided to hone in on men. And what I need to be clear about for any of my pimpettes that might be in my parking lot with my parking lot pimps, understand this. A woman is an easy conversation for me because I'm a woman first. A man is a second easy conversation for me because I was raised with all men. I can't get a blueprint no better than that. I was raised with all men. Daddy, listen to me, Gotten. He's an Aquarius. He's an Aquarius. Didn't you just say your mom is an Aquarius?
Yeah.
Imagine being raised by a black man, Aquarius, 6'6", 6'7", military, raised his kids. He's an only child, very good looking, was adopted, but was raised by a mom that taught him soft skills and also made him be a man. So he was able to raise his children and still show me soft skills, but also show me where there need to be certain boundaries in place too. And I think not trying to tell you what to do, but just listening to the conversation. And if there's anybody out there that missed this conversation, I will repost it. But I think the first thing that you got to do, because I only heard a little bit of the story, and I don't mean it, for me, it don't take me to listen all day. And again, women, when I get ready for y'all, I'm going to get you too. But right now, I'm starting with my men. Why? Because women got all platforms. They got all platforms, and 99% of them got the last word. It's the men. And here's an example of why I like to talk to my men. That's why I tell my men in the chat, if you put something in the chat, don't take it back. If you take it back, make sure it's because you misspelled the word. Why? Because what I like to do, I like to hear what you say, what you got to say on your mind. Say it the first time. And when you say it the first time, you got to learn how to mean it. And where you stuck at right now, Gotten, you don't know how to say it. And when you say it, you damn for sure don't mean it. And that right there lets me know there's some work that need to be done. This might be a harsh thing to say or a harsh thing to hear, but I mean, it ain't harsh for me to say it because, right, because it's not, see, it's a difference with a person being harsh, nasty, shrewd, rude, and just don't have your best interest at hand. But that's not where I'm coming from. I'm not coming from a place where I don't have your best interest at hand. I'm coming from a place where you don't have to be going into your 50s and 60s and still be lost as a grown man without a voice. Not only can you not stand up to your mama, You can't stand up to a girlfriend. So you can't stand up to your mama with soft skills. You can't stand up to a girlfriend with soft skills. How do you stand up to yourself? You can't stand up to yourself behind the mirrors. And when you leave out the bathroom, there's the public. So that, again, that lets me know it's called accountability. And on your end, Gotten, your accountability coming. No, but wait, don't yes me so quick, because I don't need you to be a yes man. I need you to be a I understand type of man, because you need to understand these golden rules for yourself.
Understand.
You got to understand these rules for yourself, and you got to understand that if you can't stand up to your mom, you're gonna go into an age where, honestly, you may act like you still like black women, but there are some underlying issues there towards black women, because the black women that you come in contact with, the black woman that you have to look at every single day is still putting bad images in your head, a dirty, nasty taste in your mouth, and a feeling that makes you say, man, I don't know if I really made the wrong mistake, because my mama is something else. Unless you decided to say, you know what, I'm gonna hold my mama accountable because she's raised me, but I'm gonna also hold myself accountable, because the same way I could go in and look at this guy, say he don't like black women, or he don't like this, he don't like that, because he dating Spanaricans. You need to go to yourself and say, you know what, I need to really resolve the issues I have with the main black woman in my life, to make sure I am truly over how I really feel about black women. Because you're looking at a black woman every day that you know you got a dirty taste in your mouth from. And you said you look at her, you're with her every single day, and you still don't get along with her. There's still no communication. You don't speak up to her. You don't let her know how you feel about things. It's still some issues there. And it may be harsh to say, but I honestly feel like you need to speak to someone so you can learn. The first thing you need to learn how to do is hold yourself accountable. Because this stems from you at some point as a man. You got to get out there and you got to get out there in the water, and you got to swim. And you can't always swim up under your mom. Because when you get in the real world, what you gonna do? Keep asking her for a life jacket? It don't work like that. And you got to hold yourself accountable. And when you hold yourself accountable, then you got to learn how to communicate. And there need to be a constructive form of communicating, because like I tell people, it's not what I say, it's how I say it. Because I can say anything to you long as you say it within a line of respect. And you can say whatever you need to say to your mom as long as you're saying it to her in a respectful manner. And if you notice that she's not listening, that should tell you every day, I need to get on my feet and I need to haul ass. Because it's not going to get any better. And all it's going to do is going to take me down another road. And that's the road that I don't want to go down. So I hope this conversation, conversation kind of gets you to think a little bit, because I like the way you can go toe to toe with the men that have a problem with black women, but you can't go toe to toe with the black woman that you have a problem with. Because guess what that tells me? Not that you're like that, but in a sense, you're no different than that. And that's the other guy with problems with black women, because you still got a problem with a black woman. That I don't care about having a problem with a black women, because there's going to be white men that have problems with white women. What I care about is you got a big problem with your black mom, and you got to do something about it, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. And this is me talking to you guys from the bottom of my heart, and I wouldn't tell you anything. Like I always tell y'all, I am who I am. I can't change it. My conversation don't have to just stop with men. I choose men, because men don't have the voice that people think they have, because they think men are so strong. But for me, there's a lot of broken men, and you can't fool me. But I'm going to tell you this. If you love your mother, if you hate your mom, if you dislike your mom, if there's issues with your mom, I'm going to tell you like this. If you don't correct these things, you're going to be just like the queen. Your heart gonna be so broken, and you're not gonna understand where your heart broken from. Your heart not broken from other people on the outside. Your heart is broken from the one that brought you here. And until you learn how to mend that broken fence, because see, you got to mend the broken fence. When you mend that broken fence, up and on the other side of that fence is your heart. So you got to mend your heart first. But when you mend your heart, you got to mend that broken fence. The reason being because when listen, if the fence broken, anybody gonna come in and slide in and out. So you got to learn there's pecking orders to this thing. And I would not want you gotten to be like me. And you're gonna think I'm joking. I made peace. I made peace with my mom in June of 2024. And I tell you, since I made peace with her, can't nobody touch me. But my mom passed away in 2010. And if I could change the hands of time, I promise you I would. Because just like you said, your mama did everything. But I'm going to tell you, you don't know what she couldn't do. And what I had to come to realization was my mama couldn't help what she went through. My mama had 9 children. Sometimes it's hard, especially as a Black woman, to just extend yourself in every different direction. And you wouldn't understand it until you go through it. And it took me for me to be 49 years old to understand that I wish I had my mama here today. And I'm not being funny. And if you don't find a way to make peace, you ain't gonna make it like that. Why do I say you're not gonna make it like that? Because you never mentioned to me that she was abusive. You mentioned to me that she's a form of a narcissist. See, narcissistic behavior come on so many different levels. Because if you look at life, it's not a person that walked this earth that's not a narcissist. If you breathe, God damn it, I could show you narcissists in you somewhere. So what you got to do, you got to find you first. And then you got to make sure you put boundaries up when you find you. And once you find you with those boundaries, then you can come back out the wool. You could come back out the forest then. And when you come out the forest, there's no battle for you no more. See, right now, I hear them all talking. Not everybody, they know who they are. Tell me about these trolls. But see, when you feel like how I feel right now, can't nobody touch me. I'm a troll, goddammit. Troll me, trolls, and watch what happens. And if you notice, it's only certain type of profane languages I use. But I'm going to troll your ass, and you better believe it. You better watch my videos, God, and you know I don't play the radio. So a troll can't do nothing for me. I don't fear no man. I fear no man, and I'm not being funny. That's how free I am right now. That's why when I come to you, I'm me. I'm altruistic. I cannot change who she is. And once you get to a point where you could be just you, nobody can change you, whether they like what you said or not. Long as you say it within respect. Say it. Your mom, I don't give a damn if she don't like what you said. The problem with it is, if you living in her house and she don't like what you said, you got a bigger issue because you need to haul ass. You need to get out so you can have a voice. I mean, because you can't come in no mama house and talk louder than her. You can't go in no daddy house and talk louder in his damn house. Get your own shack. When you get your own shack, watch how your relationship with your mom changed. But if you don't change your relationship with your mom, you better count these chickens. You're going to have the same issues with your Black women. Because Black women come stronger. And maybe what's wrong, right? Maybe what's wrong with the guy is he know Black women come stronger. And maybe he can't bully them. Maybe he can't push them over. Maybe he had traumatic issues. Maybe he tired of baby mamas. Maybe he shouldn't have had all them goddamn baby mamas. I don't know what the problem is, but I can only tell you this. I don't care on that end. That end really don't concern me how he is. That's why I tried to tell you the other night, find something else to do forgotten. And now that I see that I had this conversation with you the other night and what God need to do, God need to find his voice. See, instead of worrying about that man over there and why he don't like black women no more and he only wants Puerto Ricans, I would appreciate if Gotten understand why he don't like his black mama. And see, maybe when you look at why you don't like your black mama, maybe you'll understand why his black ass don't like his black ass women. You understand?
I understand.
It's called accountability. But you got to start being accountable on your own. You cannot be accountable. You can't hold your mama accountable at this point because you're a grown man. The reason why you can't hold your mama accountable at this point as a grown man, because you know how to make your own decisions. So how could you go and tell this man about how he don't like white women, how he don't like black women, how he don't like Mexican women, how he don't like tall women when you got a problem with your mama? See, this is where I tell people, when you can get the way I'm at, a troll can't touch me. You know why? Because I put myself there first. I could go along with you and say, yeah, he don't like black women. Man, F him, this, that, and other. But how could I tell him that when half of the black men don't get along with their black ass mamas? How you gonna get along with another black woman? Matter of fact, what you running over there to that white woman for? Because you can control her? You got to take accountability. When you take accountability, then you come back to me and say, whatever my mama did, my mama just got a problem. I left from around her. I found a woman that's for me, because not all women is for you, just like all men aren't for me. It'll never happen like that. You can go to the white woman and she might not be for you. Her ass might cry too damn much. Her ass might be the one telling troll on you all the time. So you got to worry about you. You got to find something constructive for you to do. And the constructive thing for you to do, don't listen to no 3-hour live from somebody else degrading black women because he want him a Puerto Rican. When in your heart, but wait.
Yeah, that's new breed. The other guy for 3 hours that I share thing, that's Rango. That's gonna be around with white waiters.
Okay. But I guess what my point is, no matter which one of them it is, they got a problem with black women. But in your heart, you got a problem with a black woman. Fix that first and then worry about why he got a problem with black women. Fix that first. That doesn't mean you don't care about black women because you got a problem with your black mom. That means you got kind of like the same issue in your heart that he got, because there's an issue. The only problem with it is you can't blame all blacks for one thing, but something certain people did to you. That's what you can't do. And then if you notice, every time that you speak about your mom, you also tell me about an ex-girlfriend. So you got 2 black women you still got a problem with, but you worried about him not liking black women. You got 2 of them on your plate right now. You understand where I'm coming from? So
I understand where you're coming from.
Just sit back, start looking at yourself and just seeing what you could do to change within. And this isn't a negative. It's not a negative conversation to where I want you to take this conversation and feel as though I beat you up tonight. Because sometimes you got to get beat up, go through the bruises, and then heal. You understand where I'm coming from? You got to get beat up sometimes. See, I'm a person that don't know how to. I like to listen to what you're saying. I don't even really need to hear the whole thing unless I want to go deep all the way in the ocean. And you already know I go so deep in the ocean, boy, till you don't even realize that the weather down there negative 100 degrees. But I don't want to go there right now because that's not the time. But I just wanted to open your mind up that sometimes when you throw stones at other people, you got to remember you live in the glass house too. So I want you to understand that you're living in the same type of glass house that this man living in, why he don't like black women, because you living in that same house because you don't like your black mom. But what I want you to do is don't take this as a conversation of me beating you up. I want you to take this as a conversation as I need to stand and look in the mirror and I need to learn how to speak up. Because if I don't learn how to speak up, who in the hell can I blame? You're not a kid no more. You're not a kid anymore. So you got to learn how to speak up. And any time that anything come across your mind and you want to talk to me, guy, you have my phone number. And I know it's going to get a lot busier, with me talking to people. But I promise you, I'm going to always be here for you. Like I always say, I may not have gone through things on one side, but you could better believe I went through it on the other side. I can tell you that because I dealt with a narcissistic daddy, and I dealt with a mom that I know we didn't have a relationship because I always felt like she gave me up and she didn't care. But then I had to come to terms that her giving me up is why I could sit here right now and I could tell you I understand where you're coming from. And I understand on your side where you're coming from, because this doesn't have anything to do with abuse. It doesn't have anything to do with that outward physical beating. This have everything to do with the inward physical abuse. It got everything to do with the heart. See, sometimes when people get beat up so bad on the outside, they don't have a heart like that no more. Then you got people on the other side of that got beat up on the inside with the heart so broken till y'all still in the same situation. One just got physical bruises out here, but the other one got physical bruises out there. But what happens when the physical bruises on the outside heal, but you still got bruises on the inside of you, and you're still bruised on the inside? And I want you to take this as a lesson to start opening up a little bit within yourself. If you want to talk to me, I'll help you open up a little bit, and you find out who Gotten is and where he went at and why he haven't come out yet. And then maybe you will find a constructive way to talk to your mom where she listening. And if you see it's not working, it's time for you to go. And you need to heartfully, peacefully leave and ask the Lord, if it's meant to be, bring us back. Okay?
Right.
Okay, so you got my phone number. You can, guy, you can call me whenever you want to call me. I'll never leave you broken. But tonight, I'm not leaving you broken. I'm leaving you with a thought for soul. I'm leaving you with a thought for your mind. I'm leaving you in a position where I hope you understand it. And I'm also leaving you in a position to tell you this. Don't ever think a man is too big where he can't cry. And if your mama have broke you down so bad to it's times that you honestly want to cry, you got to find a way to let those tears out. You find you somewhere to go and be at peace. But it's going to be hard for you to do that until you find who you are first. And then you'll be able to find what your peaceful zone is. And I got a feeling you love your mom, but it's a different type of feelings inside your heart. If you don't correct it while she here, you're going to be broke when she leave, because you're going to realize you don't got nobody to turn to. Because as you can see, the women not working out for you. They not going to work out until you work out something with your mom. May it be you be there with her, or you have to leave her. Your heart not going to heal like this. It's not. You're going to always go through it. The next woman you get, she going to be just as controlling. You know why? Because you allow it in the beginning, just like you're allowing it from your mom. But that don't mean you're a bad person. That means you love your mom, and you might just hate her too. And you got to find your fine line between those two. And I feel like you could do it if you really want to. And if you really want to and you really mean it, I'm sure I can help you do it. Okay?
Wow, that's powerful right there.
You know what? I apologize if I went too deep with you. Huh?
It's deep, but the way you said it was powerful. It's like, wow.
Nope, thank you.
You are helping me, whether I appreciate it or not. I'm listening.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I did not click over. I was listening. It's like, wow. It happened. Like, oh, the heart won't heal. Oh, the next after. Like, wow. It really blew my mind.
Yep. And believe it or not, whether you want to believe this or not, sometimes when you're so broken on the inside, it causes so many different illnesses and ailments in your body. I was having problems with my stomach, and I couldn't understand why I kept having problems with my stomach. But I could tell you this: when I mended the relationship with my mom, and here's the thing, Gotten. Let me leave you with this. And anybody out there that's listening to me, y'all better understand what the word is. And Matthews tell you, if your brother have wronged you, Matthews tell you the truth. Matthew say you go to your brother, say you pull a plank out your eye and you give it to him. That's not because you wronged him. That's because he wronged you. That means in your heart, you got to make it right in your heart. If you don't make it right in your heart, I don't give a damn who else made it right. They could come and apologize to you 15,000 times. But if you don't make it right in your own heart, it'll never work. So what I'm telling you to do is when you find yourself and you find what you really going through and how you really need to change you need to find a way to go to your mama and apologize to her. She still brought you here. And you said it yourself. You say, she always took care of us. But that should open up the doors to let you know, to get to know her and understand what really happened to my mom. And if you see the thickness and the deepness, when I had to think about my mom was adopted. My mom was the only one given away while other kids was born after her. My mom became a teenager, beautiful, smart. Graduated valedictorian of our school, smart lady. Everybody that see me right now today, they say, girl, they say your mama was so pretty. Say you look just like your mom. My mom is mixed with Japanese, beautiful, red bone, bow-legged. They say my mom was so smart. She was so smart and beautiful. But she went through stuff internally as being an adopted kid. And at a certain age, she had to go back to her mom. And when she went back to her mom, because her adopted mom passed away, it's like she couldn't get along with no siblings. It's like she couldn't click. She couldn't mesh. She felt like me. And I had to mimic my mom's life in order for me to ask my mom to forgive me. Forgive me. Why? Because I know you couldn't help it. And the Lord makes no mistakes because she couldn't help it. Maybe that's why, again, I'm here being able to talk to you on both sides. See, I could talk to you about this relationship, this conversation. This hits home with both of us. Why? Because you're having a problem with your black mom. And as long as you have problems with your black mom, you're going to have problems. And find a way to apologize. Find a way to find you. Then I guarantee you're going to apologize. If you don't apologize while she's on this earth, woo, I hope you figure out how to apologize to her when she gone. Because if you that upset with her now, I don't know if you're going to ever make it to the graveyard. And on that note, Gotten, you got my phone number. If you ever want to talk. I know we were talking before I went live. And as you know, we was going live. Yep. And so I'm going to get back to the chat. And during the day, anytime or after the live, if you want to call me back, you know I record my calls, though. Don't forget that. You're more than welcome to give me a call. If you ever need to speak to me off air, you need to. I'm going to be set up to where you'll be able to schedule something off air to talk to me. But I'm here for you, okay?
Oh, okay. Well, I will remember those words you said. I'm going to process it.
And do me another favor, Gotten. When you wake up in the morning, even as a man, I want you to stand in the mirror and you need to say you are somebody. And if you can't stand in the mirror and be strong, some days you might want to, man, I'm somebody. If you can't stand in the mirror, and I don't give a damn if a tear drop, I'm somebody. And you need to continue to tell yourself you somebody, because if you somebody, that means you need to learn how to stand your grounds, and you need to make sure people respect your boundaries. And I'm going to tell you good night. Yep. You got to respect those boundaries. You got to have boundaries put up at all time, Gotten. Okay?
Right.
All right, Gotten. And listen, whether you believe it or not, I love you, okay?
All right.
And if I said something that hurt you, good. Good night, Gotten.
Yeah. All right. Good night, Queen.
Okay, good night. And I just blew you a kiss, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye. Hey there to my chat room. Oh, look at my chat room. Wait a minute. Mustafa, Guy and Jimmy. Jimmy say he'll be back. I don't know where Jimmy is. Bye, Jim. Look at this. 400 Circle Media came in and said, Queen, hey, that 400 Circle Media, how you doing? He gave me everything I love. Can't get it right. Can't get it right came in and said, Queen, can't get it right. Gave me a pineapple, strawberry, cherries, peaches. Can't get it right. Look like he gave me the whole damn 9 yards. Thank you, can't get it right. I love when you fly in like this, can't get it right, and give me my fruit. Like can't get it right said, can't get it right said he give up that fruit. Why? Because he need to re-energize the body. Thank you, can't get it right. Definitely appreciate you for that. He spoke to 400, gave him 4 100s. He spoke to, he said salute, and that's a salute to the whole chat. And gave them all 100s. There too. Mustafa, Salem. Hey, Mustafa. He said, "Why go I'm doing, Queen? Just watch and commented on the chicken fight." Oh my goodness. Yes. Did you see that chicken Popeyes fight? I said, come on, y'all. I mean, god damn. But you know what? Mustafa, first of all, Mustafa, thank you so much for flying in. I definitely appreciate you flying in. And also, I see you got some messages here. Thank you for flying in and interacting and feeling comfortable. I definitely appreciate you for that. But you know what, Mustafa? I'm looking at that chicken fight, and guess what I said? One thing I can say, y'all can say what the hell y'all want to say. That was a white girl in that damn Popeyes getting some chicken. She got her ass whooped about that chicken. You notice that, Mustafa? She got her ass tore up about chicken. So I want y'all to stop saying black people love chicken, because white people love chicken too. That girl loved chicken so much to the tune of 7. It was about 8 employees that beat that girl ass. So listen, white people, we ain't the only one that love chicken. Every time I go to Popeyes, it'd be a slew of white people in there. I said, well, where did they get this from? Where did they get this from that black people love chicken? And I'm the only black person in this Popeyes. Thank you, Mustafa. I definitely appreciate you watching that video. And thank you for letting me know you liked it. I mean, say that you commented on it. Okay, Mustafa says, speak on, sis, speak on. Did I speak on like that? Was I speaking like that, Mustafa? I got to go back and, no, I don't know about that one. I was about to say, I got to go back and watch that, because you know, once I go to talking, I don't remember what I be saying. And y'all better appreciate me for that. I remember, child, but I don't remember all of it. I might remember all of it. I just ain't going to tell it all. How about that? So what I like to do, I might remember it all, but I try to forget about it unless I'm talking to that person directly. That's how you keep from intertwining people business out there that don't supposed to be out there. So thank you, Mustafa. I blew that kiss so hard, it hit Mustafa just like that. He said, whoa, Queen, what going on? What going on? Mustafa say, I will agree and have noticed that there is a different relationship between a mother and her daughter versus mother and the son. It is. Listen, it's a real big difference. And that's a conversation to be had, Mustafa. I had a conversation like that before. I did a video where you can tell this little girl, she was 14 years old. In the comments, they ate her up. But I didn't see the video. I don't like to watch the video first. I like you to, if you send me a video, when I run the video is when I run the video. And I start recording it whether I like the video or not. If I can't click with the video, I can't do this one right here, because it don't make sense for me. But when I started watching this particular video, it was a black mom, black daughter, 14 years old. When I got through recording the video and I had done posted it on line and everything, I couldn't believe the comments that were basically ridiculing this little young lady to the T. I mean, they ate this 14-year-old up, and she disrespectful and she ill-mannered. I said, stop right there, disrespectful, ill-mannered. Do you not see the dynamic of a relationship between this mother and daughter? This mama is broken, and she's taking it out on the daughter because she cannot have the daddy back. She didn't get along. Her and the daddy was separated. The little girl still loved her dad. And you could tell when you still love another parent, especially coming from a mom. Because one thing about my dad, and I swear this on my mama's soul, may she rest in peace, I have never, ever, ever heard my daddy talk bad about my mom. He would not do it. Maybe because he's an older man. Maybe it was because it was back in those days. But my dad never, ever talked bad about my mom. He didn't do it with any of his children. Like talk to me or my 2 brothers. He never did that. But you're going to get more of that type of behavior from the woman's side. And I could just imagine what that little girl was going through. And if you go back and watch the video, this little girl was so broken. When I tell you, y'all know I'm a crybaby. Tear. Listen, when I cry and them tears are warm, and I go deep in my tears, just like I go deep in the conversation. My tears go so deep until I just learn how to just take a deep breath. Thank you, Mustafa. 400 Circle Media say, Queen, heart, crown. Thank you, 400. Meg Beck, 400 Circle Media. Hi, y'all. I'm finished. Oh, my God. Hey, Meg. How you doing, Mac? How was your weekend? I really ain't get to talk to Mac this week. I got to catch up with Mac. Mac is a good person. You better believe it. Mac said, Queen Dee Dee. Yep. Thank you so much for the rose, Mac. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you, Mac. I definitely appreciate it. 400 Circle Media said, Mac. Mac said, 400 Circle Media. Did you hear her say 400 Circle Media that she was finished? She said she finished with your intro. Mustafa say, I call my mother every other day and send her money once a week. I love that woman, period. Listen, Mustafa, I'm going to tell you this. I tried to love women, and I knew in my heart they didn't care about me. I knew in my heart. But you know, the reason why I talk to my men is because I always tell them I relate on a level with them on the other side from a woman, because I understand how a man feel a lot of times when they can't really express how they feel inside, or they really can't tell you what they're going through. Because if they get too hard, they're labeled. If they be too soft, they're labeled. So you don't know where to fit in at as a man. Guess what my problem was? I didn't know how to fit in. I didn't know where to fit in as a woman. Not just because my dad raised me with my two brothers. I didn't know how to fit in as a woman, because every time I met women, I say, man, these some shysters. Like, damn, do y'all know how to be loyal to somebody? That's how I used to feel. Ladies, don't come for me, because you know I'm going to get your asses. Stay in your lane. Stay on your own pages. Stay out of the parking lot. Well, matter of fact, stay in the parking lot. Just take your trash with you when you go. See, that's what I'm saying. Stuff like this, the average woman wouldn't understand it, because no, she's beating up women. No, goddamn it, I'm talking about the women that I know in my life, like you should be doing, because you're out there dealing with women and you know they don't like you, don't want to be around you, talking about you. And if they came in your house, what the hell did they take out? Your man. Anyway, Mustafa, I was talking to you before I got derailed. That's why I don't like to talk too much, because I go to talking and then I don't know when to stop. But I know how to stand my damn ground. And I was lost, Mustafa, because when you're dealing with a man is more loyal in a way. Why? Because they say what they said. And a lot of times, don't get me wrong, men can be catty as hell. And men gossip. Ooh, yeah, they do. Men gossip. And men can be catty, just like women gossip, and women can be catty. But it's a different level to me. Because when a man gossiping and catty, that's what his men. Whereas in a woman, when she gossiping and being catty, it go to all the women. And then they back in the same woman face that they've been talking about. In other words, the treatment just different. But I can tell you this. Boy, I can remember 2 years before my mom passed away. My mom, I was a manager at a company. My mom used to call me every single morning. And when something was wrong with her, one of the sisters would call me, and one of the sisters would say, Mama's sick and she won't go to the hospital. Hello? Hey, mama, how you doing? I'm good. How you doing? I said, I'm good. How you? I said, what's going on over there? Oh, ain't nothing going on. I'm just sitting around here. I'm just sitting around here in this room. I ain't doing nothing but sitting here watching the TV. I said, well, that ain't what Lady said. Lady just called me and told me you were sick. Well, I don't know why they keep calling you like you the big bad wolf. I said, no, they wasn't calling me like I'm the big bad wolf. I said, they calling me because put shoes on. They're getting ready to take you to the doctor. I'll see you when you come home. And I could tell my mama anything, but she would know if I call her, because one of them called me, my mama would get it. Even though she talked junk, who do you think you the big bad wolf? The point of this story is this. My mama called me every single morning. And sometimes she used to call me in my heart. I'd be like, what she want? Like, what she want? But y'all don't know why she trying to get close to me. It ain't going to work. But I would still deal with her and talk to her, even though I knew my mama was going through stuff on the inside. But in a sense, I just stayed away. But I'm going to tell you, once my mama passed away, and I noticed how my last few years been going, and I noticed every woman I tried to bond with, it was like always a few dago or frugally. It was always something, a damn word you can't even pronounce. It was never just right. Like, damn, you gonna treat me like that good as I've been to you? And then it just hit me. I say, man, I ain't gonna never find a friend like my mama was. And I started noticing it more and more. And the Lord took me deeper and deeper down in the damn water until I had to realize that, boy, ain't no best friend for me on this earth. You better cancel Christmas. I'm not saying all moms are the best, but I guarantee you this. If they come back in our mama goddamn days, y'all better listen to what they went through, because they went through stuff that they couldn't control. We got into an area where we can control things. Our mama, they couldn't control things. Sometimes they did things because they had no choice. All the resources and all of that here. My mama used to walk to the bread factory back then with 7, 8, 9 children. Like, where they do that at? At the end of the day, I definitely get you, Mustafa. If I could change the hands of time, my mama would be here. My mama passed away when she was 57 years old. Tell me if that's not young. And that's so good, Mustafa, that you get along with your mom like that. And that's so good that you make sure that she's okay, whether she need it or not. And the last smile that I know you want to see is your mom smiling after everything she did to get you where you at that day, to get you where you at this day, to get you where you at the other day, to get you where you was at back in the day. And it was a many days I used to be like, man, I wish I could go get my mama. Now what I do, I just make sure I keep her on my mind. I just make sure that I think about her. And I make sure that I always tell her thank you now. And I know you couldn't help it. And I go to the graveyard. And if I can't do anything else, I could keep her grave clean. And I also make sure I change her flowers. I did. I make sure I change her flowers. And that's when I tell y'all, I don't fear nobody. Because now that I made amends with my mom, aside from the Lord, or Romola, my mama ain't gonna let nobody touch me. You better believe it. And Gotten, if you still here, you better start working on these things, because you got a chance. You got a chance that a lot of people don't have. If there's anybody out there that's possibly going through something with their mom, and it's a situation where it could be mended, if you can't mend it with that person personally, You can always mend it with them in your heart. You can always mend it with them in your heart. That's because that's the first place where it need to be mended at. You can't go and mend it with your mom when you know you still got issues that you ain't let go, you let go yet. But when you mend it in your heart, that's it. Even if you have to separate at peace, make sure your heart has forgiven it. And that's when you know you can walk this earth and you okay. And nobody can't touch you. And when they try, man, it'll come back on their ass in 15 folds. And you better know it. And y'all won't believe, right now it says I have 57 views. 57 views. My mom passed away when she was 57 years old, and I was born in 75. That's why I know the angel's always with me. Because every time I look around, y'all see me post videos all day about birds. They surround me now. Before, I ain't never seen so many big ass, white ass, beautiful ass, fat ass, chunky ass, skinny leg ass birds. Yeah, I said all that in the ass. Sorry, mama, but she know how I am. But when you get to that place, there's nothing you can do. Nothing. That's when you clear your alabaster box. You want to talk about a subject, 400 circle media? That's when y'all clear your alabaster box. You talk about an alabaster box. You know what an alabaster box is? That means you carry no burden. You hold no burden. You got no self-hatred. You got no outside hatred. Can't nobody touch you. My alabaster box is so clear right now into every woman that wronged me. I've apologized to them. Period. And in that order. 400 circle media say, Meg Beck, play it. 400 circle media said, gotten. Mustafa, I like you, Mustafa. Mustafa said, amen. Mustafa say, with some homework. Right there, Mustafa. Mustafa, I know what Mustafa at. Mustafa basically was saying around the time where I'm telling Gotten that, you know, you got to start looking in the mirror. You got to start figuring out where in this did you not. No, I ain't going to say that. I'm going to say where in this did you fail yourself first. Mustafa say, mend that before it's too late. And if the door isn't open, then you've done all that you. Me and Mustafa on the same page. That's what I said. You got to, right there. Even if you can't be with her physically, you got to make amends. And when you got, if anybody out there, if you ever got to walk away, there's nothing wrong with you walking away. Just make sure you do it at peace. And if you had to walk away before you was at peace, somewhere in you walking away, in order for you to settle down, you got to make peace. You got to find peace. You can always separate a person at peace in your heart. That's what that means when you separate somebody at peace. And Gotten, basically, Gotten, you're a prime example tonight. One reason why I'm going to say you're a prime example, because whoever that guy is that don't like black women, now we can say why he don't like black women. That don't make it right. Because he can't compare that black ass woman to this black ass queen. Sexy that is, my bad. Thank y'all. He can't do that. But he might be doing it. But at some point, he doing it for likes, shares, comments, subscribes, and all of that stuff. But the on the internal side of it, there are black women that he's probably encountered that he don't want to date black women. just like you. You might not be on the same level with him, but if you got an issue with your black ass mama, you got an issue. He got an issue with his black ass women. They got an issue with my black ass. What we do? So how can we throw a stone over there? How can we cast that stone over there if we know we internally digesting the same thing? If anybody that want to refute me on it, anybody have something that they want to chime in on this conversation? I mean, 400 Circle Media always say he want a topic. We got a long ass one tonight. You're more than welcome to call me. But on the second side of it, gotten on the other side of it, where you're a prime example, there's issues in the home with Gotten's mom, and he just living it. So instead of the communication being in the home, there is none. So what happens? The anger, the hatred, the narcissistic feelings, the just uncomfortable uneasiness, just, I don't want to really be around her. I'm going to go in my house. And you could tell when people in your house and they don't really want to be bothered with you, because hell, I really don't want to see you when you go open the kitchen refrigerator. That's how it be. So imagine how that house is. You gave a whole lot of examples tonight, and I ain't going to go no deeper than that. Because God said, damn, now you done beat me up enough. Yeah, I'm going to keep beating you up. Mustafa also said, when you have done all that you can do, what else is there to do? Separate at peace and forgive yourself. But say your apology and don't go telling people you're sorry. I get so tired of people talking about I'm sorry. Yeah, you're sorry. You're sorry. You're pitiful. You're pathetic, and all of that in one. You don't tell people you're sorry. You let them know you apologize to them. I want black people to scratch that word. You know why? Because white people, not just white people, people always want to hear somebody say they sorry. I mean, goddamn, why should we be so damn sorry? Are y'all sorry that y'all keep raising the prices of eggs? Yes, this is me spazzing out right now. I cannot believe how much eggs cost. And then they said that eggs are going to rise to the sum of 41% this year. How the hell, when the hell, why the hell, and because the hell? I don't got food stamps when I go to the store. I don't got my food stamps to go in the store and spend my food stamps where they price high, gouging me. I got to go in the store with my greed. Y'all don't get the right to price gouge us people that spending cash. That's what you're doing. Y'all price gouging people that spend cash, but y'all forgot all our other side of our cash had to go to these damn food stamps. I want y'all to stop price gouging us with these damn eggs. All of us don't get stamps, but listen, anybody got stamps? If y'all do, don't try to price gouge. It's 50%. Don't come with the foolishness. If y'all got them, I ain't gonna tell nobody if y'all got them, because I wouldn't mind either. If y'all give me some stamps, I'll pay. Okay, if you only got $50, no, they ain't gonna work. You got 100. Matter of fact, I don't understand. Y'all don't take these no more? Ain't this food stamps? The other day, the man in the other video say, I say I got stamps on me. There they go. Y'all, well, I want to know, how much these $3 worth of food stamps worth right now? Is this enough for me to get a carton of eggs? Because if the eggs is $6, would you take $3 in stamps? How that work? If y'all took this right now, I could go and get me a carton of eggs. I guarantee you. You know why? Because I know I at least got $3 in my purse. And I got $3 in food stamps. All these Publix, when Dixie's, Presidente, any of y'all taking these paper stamps? Because I feel like the government price gouging my ass. I ain't got no stamps. I don't got the card. Hey, I got stamps. I just ain't got the card. Ain't nowhere for me to take these right now. Maybe if I go to another country, Mustafa, Guam take these? Huh, Mustafa, the Guam take these? Wait, eat better today. Wait a minute. Mustafa say EBT, eat better today. Mustafa say they don't have, they don't, listen, they don't know nothing about those type of foods. The color coded. Oh my goodness, Mustafa. Remember all the books when you got the 50, matter of fact, I think the $50 book was right there. The $50 book was purple, I think. I can't remember. But I tell you what, I got me some food stamps. If y'all any store take food stamps, I guarantee you I'll get a carton of eggs. Because other than that, I won't be buying no more damn eggs. Don't nobody ask me to make no macaroni and cheese. Oh, you make it the best. Don't ask me to make no macaroni and cheese unless you expected me to steal the eggs. And y'all already heard Denny's. Denny's said they are now doing a upcharge on y'all. If y'all get that moon over my hammy at Denny's, guess what? Y'all paying extra money for the egg. Search Mustafa, who are you? Mustafa, let me get back in this chat. I got to figure out who Mustafa is. 50 cents per, that's a damn shame Mustafa and the chicken was free. They know good and damn well them chickens already been here before them. Now what? But here's the thing, Mustafa. Tell me why. I just have a problem. I want to know why has eggs risen to the price of gold? Why? Mustafa said those eggs are 50 cents an egg. Wait a minute. 50 cents an egg. Because whenever there's a vowel in front of the letter, you have to say the word and. If it's is it a vowel or consonant? Whatever the damn thing is you said egg is and. If you said green, it's a green. Who paying more for the bird flu, did it? Mustafa. Mustafa, I'll get down there in a second, Mustafa, because you are not going to get me in trouble in this chat. I'm surprised. Normally 400 circle media say I'm taking too long, but he must be going to sleep. You know, I did start this live late. And Mustafa, you wouldn't believe what time it had gotten. I don't know where y'all at, but in my time, it's 10:57. Didn't I just tell y'all about 57? And y'all notice I didn't even dance tonight. Not only did I not dance tonight, I didn't even show my men. Did I not show y'all what I got on? Uh-huh. Y'all know how I am. Y'all thought I was gonna be serious all damn night. Gotten. You can't come disturbing my show like this no more. You can't do it, guys. You know good and well I come with my men to unwind. Y'all already see me with my Hattie Mae scarf on. Y'all see me with my whatever they say, humble. And then the man came on, talk about they not like us. They not like us. And you know what? Mustafa says she's showing out. Mustafa, you better go and look at them other videos, honey. You better go and look at those other videos, Mustafa. Mustafa, you must not know who you're watching. Hey, Queen. Thank you. Anyway, and you know what, Mustafa? How rude of me. How are you, Mustafa? First of all, Mustafa, I want you to tell me how was your day. And if you ever want to call in, Mustafa, you know the number. And I think I put the number in the chat and it's pinned. But how was your day, Mustafa? You came in, flew in. Not only did you come fly in, land, you came, flew in, land, and say, listen, Queen, let me kind of teach you how to fly the plane. Oh, Lord Jesus. My Lord Jesus. Mustafa came up in here. Mustafa said just like this, hey, Queen. I said, hey, Mustafa. He said, how you doing? I said, I'm good, Mustafa. How are you today? He said, all good, all good, all good. And I do want to hail to the Queen. And I said, thank you, Mustafa. And Mustafa said, thank you, Queen. You know what? You look tantalizing tonight. I said, oh, my goodness. Thank you, Mustafa. I appreciate that from you. And then Mustafa said, let me show you how to run this vote. I said, okay, wait a minute. And then Mustafa made it clear. Okay. He said, and Mustafa said, it's been splendid, Queen. Thank you, Mustafa. Mustafa said, I came right after I saw that. Mustafa, that was beyond, listen. Okay, Mustafa say, tall it, tell it all, Queen, tell it all. Listen, Mustafa. I said I was going to go and do another round to that. I said, nah. I said, I'm going to leave it like that. Ain't no sense in me getting my panties in the rut all the time like that. I said, let me leave them people alone. They done already did their chicken fight. That girl done got her ass whooped. But one thing I could say, Mustafa, about her, she wore a great ass whooping. She did too. But I can tell you this, Mustafa, she didn't back down. And when the fight was over, if you notice, she stood to that damn door on the phone. She said, I ain't going nowhere, beat up and all. And I said, now, come on now, ladies. Y'all did not, all y'all had to come from behind the counter and cut up like that. That was not cute and sexy and classy at all. It really wasn't. I don't know what transpired. I don't know what happened, but I just feel like it was a bit too much. But it was funny as hell. Mustafa said, don't get Mustafa size now, Queen. Continue. Okay. Okay. Mustafa say, have you ever listened to Hotel California? No, wait a minute. Mustafa said, don't get, okay, that's him. Oh, this is someone else. Mara Kaya Holga Yera. Have you ever listened Hotel California? I don't know what listen hotel. You got to do it right. Mustafa said, LOL. I know, Mustafa. You had me giggling and all gaggly and all that old type of foolishness. Got me blushing all up under my Miss Hattie Mae rag on my head. Mira Kaya Holga Yera. Y'all know what song on. I love that song because y'all just don't know how powerful 25 is. Y'all better get it right. See, God, and I'm telling you, boy, when you get free on the inside, Man, I'm telling you, it's such an enlightening feeling. It's like so much bricks get lifted off of you. It's like, man, God damn, if I can't control it, I can't control it. Now what? And when you get so these, if I cry, a lot of times when I be shedding my tears, it be because I'm honestly happy inside. Myra Mira Hogayero. That's a good song. I've never heard of that song before, Myra Mira Hogayero. Mustafa said, Uber beef day must be in August. No, your beef day must be in August. Why do you say that? Tell me, Mustafa, what made you say my beef day must be in August? What made you say that? Mustafa say the Commodore's Zoom takes me there. Oh, your beer day. Why do you say? I still want to know, Mustafa. I want to know what made you mention August. Okay, birthday. Whose birthday is in August, Mustafa? I'm so interested in Mustafa. Listen, Mustafa, the reason why I ask you that, I don't know. I'm just listening I'm just reading that you said that, Mustafa, because guess what? I'm a Capricorn. But my mom was born in August. And I'm just wondering, that's why, see, one thing about me, I pay attention to everything, Mustafa, and I know that you do too. I don't know why you seem to be interesting. Where you come from, Mustafa? Anyway, my mom's birthday is in August. And so when I was telling you about that number, matter of fact, guess what? Not only is my mom's birthday in August, you're going to think I'm joking. Right now, it says I have 7 likes. My mama's birthday is August the 7th. Yep. My mama's birthday is August the 7th. And you remember I told you at the time, I had 57 views. And I'm going to tell you one more thing that's interesting. You're going to be like, why is this girl telling me all that about her damn life? Because you want to hear it. Mustafa, right now, no, my mom passed away when she was 57 years old. And I'm 75. My birthday is 75. Yeah, me. She passed. So 50, I had 57 views. That's when she passed away at the age of 57. But also at her 57 age, I was born then. Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Me 65, 75. I mean. And I was going to say, it was showing that I had 67 views. And I was going to tell you that 67 views, my mom was born on the 7th, and her real mom passed away on the 6th. No, I just turned 50. Kool-Aid. 50 Mustafa, I'm a Capricorn. Matter of fact, Mustafa, I turned 50 years old on a Saturday. I went into the Hollywood Hard Rock. I was like all by myself. There was nobody with me. You got to go back and look at that video. And it's a short video. I didn't even post the other videos, and I need to. And I wanted to go, and I honestly, they'll tell you, I didn't have the money to go. And I was like, don't worry about it. I'll just do it. Christmas, everything missed me this year, last year. So I was like, okay, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to work. I'm going to hustle this weekend. I said, I'm going to get it this year. I'll do something special for myself next year. And so my daughter, I don't know how she did it, but my daughter literally surprised me with a ticket. She surprised me with a ticket to go see my favorite comedian in the world, a lady comedian, some more. She's about the only woman that can make me laugh. Like most women, most people didn't. But I'll laugh, I'll giggle. But she made me like roll over that. I mean, but the acts were so, they were so funny. I think somebody named Chevelle or something like that. He was there. He was so funny, heavyset guy. And my daughter went and got me this ticket. And I went, and guess what? I was an hour late. I was panicking on the inside because I said, oh my goodness. I said, I know my daughter. I don't know. I know how she got the money. I'm sure she went and asked her dad and a couple people for the money to just surprise me with this ticket because it was my 50th. I didn't have anybody to be with, anybody to hang with. And I said I wanted to go by myself anyway. So I went by myself. I had a ball by myself. I even almost sat in number 18, which is my birthday. I sat in number 117. But had I asked the lady, because when I walked in, you could tell how I am. I walked in and I said, you better be funny. And when I said that, I said, and you better be funny too. And I'm turning 50 today too. I'm 50 years old up in here and I'm all by myself. And so my whole section went to telling me happy birthday. They went to telling me happy birthday. So you knew then. And I said, you better be funny. And when I tell you, I laughed so hard. I said, thank you, Lord. I was so grateful and so appreciative. Anyway, listen, I'm just talking to you, Mustafa, like we don't got nothing else to talk about. So Mustafa said 49. I'm just playing with the numbers. You blew it. What? I knew you was just playing because I'm like, come on now. I know he done tallied up. I was like, I know he tallied up those numbers. So no, I didn't blow it. You just blew it. Mustafa said, congrats, Queen. And he gave me a heart just like that. Thank you so much, Mustafa. I definitely appreciate that. Mustafa also said, congrats. People dying, Toddy, that haven't died before. Richard Pryor. Mustafa said, just as learning to live our life ourselves, we have to learn to live and enjoy ourselves alone. And you know what, Mustafa? I'm glad you said that because people also have to understand that just because people are wanting alone time, that don't mean they pushing you away. That just means sometimes you need a long time to find yourself. But if you care about a person, you can still send them a text, or you don't even have to call them. If you know they answer to text, you can send them a text message. But let me tell you what the flip side to that is, and I'm glad you brought that up. The flip side to that, wait. Mustafa said, ain't I such a MFing lady some more? That lady is so funny until it's not even funny. Mustafa said, yes, we all need time to work on ourselves and people need to understand that. But you know what I found to be so weird about that? Isn't that what she always says? That's exactly what she said. That's why I went to giggling just now. That's exactly why I went to giggling. And you know what? I'm going to tell you what it is about some more. Some more made me start looking at her differently. No, she made me start looking at her because she's very fashion forwarded. And the way she dressed is very eclectic for her. And what I like about it, when you look at her, you wouldn't, if she was sitting down in the car, for me, because I'm a fashion forwarded person, I wouldn't look at her as being a dressing type person other than she get her hair done in a short cut. Because just because you get your hair done all the time like that don't mean you can dress. Well, people don't understand that, simply put. But when she actually showed herself after me watching her a time and time again, I noticed that she has her own fashion and style, and I love it. I love it. She can dress so good. And I think one of the main things that made me start liking to listen to her is because I could watch her, if that makes sense. I mean, because remember, she's on the other side. And because I liked watching her, like Erykah Badu. I mean, and then it's so surreal that you even mentioning Erykah today, because Erykah definitely like to throw her raps on like this. And I've always been a hat person. Like I got so many. Where's my hat? I got so many little hats until I'm a hat girl. And then you see, I got the hat where you can't see the sleeve, but the sleeve is also camouflage. The earrings are camouflage. But look, nothing really match. And when you're very fashion forwarded, nothing is supposed to match. And that's what I like about Erykah Badu too, because she wear her scarves, but you notice she dressed kind of bohemian-ish, but it's very befitting to her because she got a sexy, petite type body, and she got beautiful eyes, and she's just a beautiful lady, and just her fashion fits her, just like with Samora's fashion fit her, and I love it. I really love it. You know what, Mustafa, how are you and I having this conversation? Mustafa said, exactly. Mustafa also says it goes back to our roots. Yes, it does. We them people just like that. And you know what, Mustafa? I don't know what it is. I wonder if it was meant for me to talk to you tonight. Because what I got out of you tonight is a person. I appreciate you, Mustafa. I'm going to tell you why. Because after having a conversation, the phone call that I was on, like after having that conversation, huh? After having M&Ms, after having that conversation, for me to go back and see that you were actually interacting in the chat, I really appreciate that, because you know why? I mean, honestly, and I'm not being funny, and I know people don't really pay attention to stuff like this, and it was meant for me to have a one-on-one with Gotten tonight, just like it was meant for you, Mustafa, to fly in. And everything, and nothing is by chance. Nothing is by chance, because Gotten to tell you, me and Gotten did not know we were going to be going into a conversation tonight. However, you coming in and really expressing how you love your mom, relate that to the conversation that Gotten and I was having as to how he feel about his mom. And then it made me open up yet again about my mom. It helped me open up about that. And it had to be, it wasn't by chance that you even reminded us, you know, the love that we should have for our mom. And if you don't have it, you got to find a way to get back to it, because if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't be here. They could say freezing eggs all they want, freeze them. Ain't nothing like processing it firsthand inside without having it come out. Then it got the bacon and rolling and all that. Not saying nothing is wrong with that, but I'm saying ain't nothing like firsthand from the womb. And it just so happened that you came in, Mustafa, and you reminded myself, and I know you reminded Gotten, because normally Gotten be in and out the chat, in and out the chat. But tonight, Gotten stayed focused because this chat was about Gotten tonight. And I appreciate that because it wasn't just about Gotten, Mustafa. It was also about me. Why? Because I literally just put a picture up of my mom, and I won't be taking it down. And it just reminded me that I love my mama. And I think I love her even more now, because now, from me coming from a lonely place and me just putting a picture up of my mom, and I'm not being funny, this is the first time, probably in a long time, that I feel like I got a mama. And I don't know if I ever felt that before. And I'm not being funny. And people need to understand you could be separated from someone like a mom as long as you kind of find your way back. And that's what I had to do. And I had to find my way to her because she did what she was supposed to do. She did that. She brought me here. She did that. And the fact that I wasn't back in those days, yeah. Mustafa say, no man or woman is an island. It takes a village. And that's what my mama didn't have. And I had to be grown and become a woman to understand what she went through. But I had to go deeper than that. And when I went deeper than that, I had to understand how to be a queen successfully by loving my mama again, even though I may not have had the same relationship that a physical mom and daughter have. But right now, I love my mama. And I'm not being funny. A team of no one said, hey, Queen. Thank you, Mustafa. I definitely appreciate all the hearts that you gave. Mustafa also said, there are no coincidences in life, Queen. And they're not. There's no coincidence in life. There's no coincidence in life. And for me to be able to say to myself, I want to host, I want to do an all men live, because that's what my understanding come from. And then for me to finally step out and do an all men live, honestly, I feel like I found myself at home again. And I found myself in a peaceful place because now I'm talking to who listen and who, if you want to see, here's the thing about me. Right on here, I do the talking. I never stop you from calling me. That way, it makes it a three-way conversation. I read the chat, I talk to you, and if you want to, you could call me. See, most people say, oh, no, she just sitting there talking to these men, and they just sitting there listening. No. My men aren't just sitting there listening. They can always pick up the phone, and they know I answer. And I just feel like once I got on that side, that's why I became a queen. Because the throne don't wear me. I wear the throne. I'm just waiting to put on my crown. And y'all gonna know when I put it on. And again, thank you so much, Mustafa, for those hearts. A team of no one, a team of no one, a team of no one. Boom, boom, boom. A team of no one came in and gave me 4 hearts. And he made sure all of them were solid. And if you look at this ring, look at that, Mustafa. Thank you, Mustafa. And it's in my favorite color, green. And you notice my nails. And you gave me the right amount of hearts. And so did a team of no one. And I thank both of y'all for that, whether you believe it or not. Mustafa said, I appreciate it more. Mustafa also said, everything we do is a decree meant to be. We don't know. Mind waves are real. Indeed. And Mustafa say, bless up to all. And you know what, Mustafa? Thank you so much for flying in tonight. And like I said, nothing is by chance. Nothing is a coincidence like that. I mean, it could be a coincidence, however you want to look at it. But I could tell you this. I think you flying in tonight, that allowed us to see multiple sides. And if you weren't here, then I wouldn't be able to introduce. If you weren't here, I wouldn't be able to introduce your thoughts on it, which is, man, you better love your mama. I know. Mustafa said, I'm a freaking flyer. I blew you a kiss, Mustafa. And you know, Mustafa, thank you so much. And one day, whenever you feel like it, I would definitely, thank you. One day, whenever you feel like it, I would definitely like for you to call in. Even if you call in, and I know you're going to have to get up that, and I definitely appreciate you. Listen, if all you doing is your messages, I love that too. If you want to, I would love to talk to you on the phone. You know why? Because even though I read, even though I talk, it's good to hear the other side to the voices. And that means I can bring everybody in. Men gonna come. But when men come, it's gonna take more than me. Because what we have to do is men out there that really need help. And in order for them to get help, first of all, we need to help them find themselves. And when you tell a story like you did, I'm telling you, you notice how I keep going back to it. When you said you love your mom and you talk to your mom every other day and you send your mom money once a week, don't think I forgot that. That hit home with me. And it hit home with me on the other level. Why? Because my mom gone, but I had to find peace and love my mom from the other side. Whereas in Gotten got a chance to do something physically right now while his mama is still living, to make some sort of peaceful bond with her, even if it's without her agreement. So when you came in and you said that, most people that don't read chats like I do, they wouldn't be able to come and bring those things back together where it'll align to make sense why it had to be meant for me and Gotten to be talking today. It was meant for you to fly in and just be so open and then express how you love your mom. That meant volumes. And I'm going to tell you the truth. And one day, Mustafa, whenever you feel like it, no rush, no pressure, none of that. But whenever you feel like it, I want you to fly back in, and I want us to talk on the line. And as I was going to say when I wrap this up is, you never know how you're getting through to somebody. You never know. And I think we got through to anybody. If we didn't do it, at least Gotten, heard the message. And there's people out there in the parking lot. Mustafa said, mine is 78 and vibrant. My grandmother passed 3 years ago, age 96, and was still doing electric slide. I saw, let me read out loud. You know what, Mustafa, I almost got mesmerized in your words. Mustafa say mine is 78 and vibrant. My grandmother passed 3 years ago at 96 years old and was still doing the electric slide. I saw when I was 3 and 4 what those women went through. And guess what? They couldn't help it, could they? They couldn't help it, could they? What they went through, they couldn't help it. And that's the other side to it, that because I went through something with my mom, I could have easily have been a narcissistic person, very strong black women. When Gotten was explaining what he was going through, see, anybody else would have honed in on that and continue to take him down the wrong negative path. See, because I could have fed into him, yeah, your mom, you got to stay away from her. She's a this, she's a this. See, I could have easily went down that road. But what I decided to do was, why would I go down that road when he's still hurting? He hurting because he loved his mom. The problem with it is he need to try to figure out, first, fix his boundaries, fix himself. And once he fixes his boundaries and fix himself, then he need to sit back and try to understand his mom. The problem with it is he ain't got that long to do that, because he said that his mom, something is actually wrong with her mom, with his mom. She's an older lady. If she's suffering from anything health, you really need to pick up the pace if you're going to mend fences, whether it be physically with her or in the heart. But you understand what she went through, because honestly, her being as hard and tough as she is, try to understand her from the other side, the way Mustafa said, and the way I said about my mom. She couldn't help it. Very strong. Insatiable. Hey, insatiable with the candles, the white, oh Lord, the purple, the green. Good evening. God bless. Beautiful, sexy queen. Is she? Insatiable came in with his praying hands, his green apple, his red apple, and his pineapple turn, just like that. And you know what, Insatiable, you know what I have not had in so long that I would really, really, really love? And I really don't eat it, but I would, just because. Upside down pineapple cake. I don't think I have had one of those things in so long, until it's like, ooh, them people still make upside down pineapple cakes? I don't know. Because if those upside down pineapple cakes need eggs, nah, I'll leave it on the shelf. Keep it to yourself, Jeff. But people, I want people to understand this too. And I'm a cook. You can now, if you're making eggs, you can't do this. But if you have a product and that product need eggs, we as cooks use mayo in lieu of eggs. Because like when you're making macaroni and cheese, eggs make it stick together. Mayo is a stick, it makes it stick together as well. I've done that plenty of times. All y'all macaroni cheese cookers, because we already know how much the cheese costs. The mac don't cost a damn thing. The cheese costs too much. Insatiable say, my uncle died some days ago. Oh my goodness. Mustafa said, walking 2 and 3 miles to work to clean a YT. Right. Exactly, Mustafa. Insatiable. You know what, Insatiable? So sorry to hear that. My condolences. The chat. Go to your family. And you know what, Insatiable? I wish you would have said that. I wish you would have messaged me and said that. I know I got some messages I needed to catch up on for today. I was going live when I came on and I seen that you had messaged me, but you know how I like to send my little messages back. So I didn't want to rush the message. And now that I did that, now I wish I would have. And again, I'm so sorry to hear about your uncle. And you know what? I need to make sure that the chat need to give their condolences as well. And we definitely appreciate you, Insatiable. And you got us and your family in our prayers. And if you ever listen, if you need to talk, you know I'm always here. I'm always here. Even if you don't want to talk, you know you could text the phone number. And listen, if that was one of those uncles that you're close with, don't go and say, I need to be strong for everybody. No, you need to be strong for you. So if that's an uncle and you were very, very close to that uncle, don't go saying, oh, I need to be strong for the family. Now, no, 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 no. Put yourself first. You need to be strong for you. If you have gotten over your strongness and you can handle being strong for others, then you do that. Mustafa said, learn us something, Queen. I like you, Mustafa. Insatiable said, thanks. You're welcome, Insatiable. And you just remember, you can call me when you want. If you don't want to call because you're uncomfortable with calling, guess what? You can also text me. And I'm not making it up. And you already know I'm not. And I would definitely be here to support you if you need to talk to me. Because I know sometimes when people like you and I are going through things, it's hard to relate to other people, especially if they have to see us in a vulnerable state. Sometimes we don't want them to see us vulnerable, and they definitely don't understand how to get out of us what we need out. Especially as a Capricorn, we like a Scorpio. You ain't read my mind? And it's like for us, we like, no, why? So you couldn't tell that I was hurting. And sometimes because Capricorns are so strong, we're earth signs. We know how to roam the earth. We know how to maneuver. At the end of the day, people can't read you the way you would want them to. That's why we got to learn how to open up a little bit. You got to. Is Mustafa a Scorpio? Mustafa said, my aunt called me the night before he passed. Wow. We had our normal argument. He said, you may not talk to me again. Hung up on me like always. LOL. The next day he passed. And you know what, Mustafa? I got 78 views. And my mama was born on August the 7th. But I'm going to tell you this. My mom, that Sunday, my mom went to church. And I was at my house. And my family know that I'm a big advocate. I ain't playing with you. So the police came over to my mom's house, and my brother called me and said, come over here. The police bothering us for no reason, and they didn't want to call my mom. So I come over there, talk to the police, get them to haul butt. My mama came after the fact, and when she came after the fact, she was sitting in her truck. She was in her truck, and I was in my truck, and we were side by side. Like where we could see each other. She looked at me and she said, something happened with my brother them. And as usual, I always got something to say. So whatever it was I said, my mom kind of put her head back on the seat. And she said, girl, she said, girl, you crazy. She said, girl, she said, girl, you a mess. You so crazy. And she laid her head back on the back of this car seat. And I went home because I was cooking dinner. And about 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon, my sister called me. And my sister said, you need to come because mama going to the hospital. And remember, I told you, they always call me because she want me to bring my laptop and sit up there with her and all that old type of stuff. And I used to have to take my laptop and go to the hospital and sit with my mom, right? So I told my sister, I said, no, now come on now. I said, just go to the hospital with her. I said, just let me know when they check her in. She said, no. She said, no. She said, not this time. And she bust out crying and she said, I don't think she gonna make it. And we pulled the plug on her the next day because she didn't want to be on any machines. But I'm very thankful because I can say for a fact, gotten, not only did I talk to my mom, because really she had passed away a couple hours later, because as soon as she got there, they already knew she had an aneurysm. And they know she was gone. So I got to talk to my mom a couple hours before she passed away. But not only did I get to talk to her a couple hours before she passed away, I made her smile before she passed away. So it's little things like that that you got to pay attention to. And I don't know who Mustafa is, but Mustafa was supposed to be here tonight. And then Insatiable come in like he always do, but this time Insatiable coming in because Insatiable is here like he always is, but he also let us know that he lost his uncle. And it's just so surreal, Insatiable, that we were talking to Gotten tonight, and Gotten is having issues with his mom, and we were telling Gotten that you got to find a way to mend that fence because you never know what's going to happen to her tomorrow. And she's already going through issues. So you don't, because you could tell he loved his mom. He just don't know how to talk to her. And she don't know how to listen. Or he don't know how to listen and she don't know how to talk to him. Insatiable say, yes, we do. Mustafa say, for real, for real. Insatiable say, my dad anniversary tomorrow, 1913. Wow. You know what, Insatiable? My mom's husband birthday is 1931. 3/27, my ex-father-in-law birthday is February 27th. And that's your dad's anniversary. Wow. Mustafa said, sounds that you were always there for her. I'm proud that you got that closure, Queen. I was there for her, but in a selfish way as also. I have to own that and I have to admit that. I was there for her in a selfish way. I was being selfish because in a way, I also knew that my mom needed help. I knew she needed help, and I knew that she didn't have anybody that was listening to her. But they were only mistreating her like I did, like I was getting from other people. But she didn't have a way out. She was stuck. She was stuck in a circle, and she wasn't being able to ventilate. So when you're stuck in a circle and you don't know how to be in a circle and breathe while you're in that circle, it'll take you somewhere that you can't come out of. And I think there was a lot of it with my mom too. Insatiable say, God bless him and his family. Mustafa say, I apologize to Gotten. I came in the middle of the convo. I didn't realize there was a phone conference was going on until later. I pray for your, listen, no, Mustafa, don't apologize. There's nothing wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. My live, Mustafa, is for my men. When you come in, my attention is for me to talk to my men. Why? Because if I had a long day, I can always come and unwind. I could always come and I could see Insatiable. Insatiable gonna always send me those birds, and he color coordinate things, and he showed me like a different type of calmness just by reading his chat. Because that's how I get to know you all, just by reading you first. I don't have to know how you look. Sometimes that's what people need to do. They need to venture back over to the other side without forming relationships, forming relationships about how a person look, forming a relationship about how they talk. See, my relationship is formed about how you talk, how you type, how you put a comment there. That's how I form my relationship. But in the midst of my relationship or reading my comments, if I read your comment and you're comfortable, I would say, Mustafa, you should have called me, because I want to talk about that comment a little bit more. That's the conversation. And on the call, if I'm live, I may give you 10 minutes. I've been kind of going over because I really started that because I really always wanted to do it. But you call me and we'll talk about it. And if it's something that I feel like we've gotten, and just about a lot of other of the men that I've talked to, I could tell they need a conversation on the other side. And that conversation on the other side is they need a conversation when we're not during the live. Like, I don't mind taking 1 or 2 calls during the live. I'll give them 10, 15 minutes during the live. But after that, I'll take a phone call outside of the live. So you didn't do anything wrong, Mustafa. You came in just like you were supposed to. And if you ever talking or you got a message and it's important, you are also more than welcome to call me. And you better remember that. And I like you, Mustafa. And it seemed like you're someone that honestly I could relate to big time. And I wanted to ask you, Mustafa, did you say that you were a Scorpio? Mustafa said, I understand and thank you. I always have to clear myself, sis, but with respect. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to clear yourself. No, you don't. You don't have to clear yourself. Know why? Because to me, when you clear yourself, that means you can be over apologetic. So you don't. Mustafa said, we never know who we affect with the words we say, even how minimal it might be. Listen, that's my point. And that's why people don't understand with me. I could be the nicest, sweetest, but listen, you can say whatever you want to say to me, but it has to be within respect. That's where the problem come in at, because you could talk to people without yelling. To me, you could talk to people without cursing them out, and without it's just you could have those type of conversations. And when you find yourself not being able to do that, then guess what that means? That's either that other person ain't reasonable. Don't blame yourself for being unreasonable, because it don't be about that. And people don't understand. They become very, very, very offensive to people. And the thing of it is, Mustafa, when people do stuff like that, what they don't understand is this. You don't understand what a person is going through inside. You just don't understand that. Tiger Brad, Mighty Ninja. He's another part of the platform, and he's very loyal. And he told me one day, we were messaging each other I was on the live, and he said one little thing that I asked him, what made him come up with his name? And he told me, because those are the things that are very important to him. Tiger, Brad, Mighty, Ninja. That was a lot in one mouth. But I said, I'm gonna break this down. I said, Tiger, Brad. So he feel like he a Tiger. You know, my mind like that. I'm a Capricorn. I'm really like that. And I said, okay. And we kind of messaged a little bit more. And it was just some red flags on there for me. And he called me. And when he called me, he began to tell me that just like Insatiable, not Insatiable, Gotten said, he's the flip side to Tiger Brad Mighty Ninja was he loved his black women. He said he loved black women. That's the only women he'll date. But he said he's at a place in his life, he probably won't ever approach a black woman again because they have belittled him inside so bad. And I had to get to the bottom of that. And matter of fact, that call, I might post that call tomorrow. So you don't have to go back and look at the entire live. I might post that call tomorrow because that call actually ties in with Gotten. It ties in with me. And also, Mustafa, it ties in with you too. Because he said, I still love my black women where I don't want to date on the other side. He said, I love my black women, but I just can't approach them. So it reminds me of you. You say you love your mama. And then it reminded me of Gotten. Gotten say he loved his mama. On the flip side, Gotten say he can't deal with her. He just followed the same road that Tiger Brad Mighty Ninja is going down, just on the other side. Mustafa said, I say this for my soul. Trust. I'm never over apologetic, but I do this amongst family only. Right there. And you know what? You know I was about to say that because that's how I am. Mustafa, I asked you, when is are you a Scorpio? The reason why I can relate to that, Mustafa, is because that's what my problem was. I was so apologetic to my family. It's my family that beat me up on the inside. Because I knew how to tell everybody else no and walk away. Or get with them. Said what now? If for some you say something to me, not that I will fight you because I don't believe in public humiliation. However, I would definitely ask you, what do you mean by that? Like, why would you say that? Or if I go in the store and someone is being racist, in that moment, I'm going to say, are you discriminating? That's me. I'm that person. But when it came to my family, I never said, why y'all treat me differently? Why do y'all use y'all food stamps and I use my cash and y'all don't even invite me over when y'all throwing y'all food stamp cookout? Little food stamp cookouters. It happened. But I didn't stand my ground with them because I was like you. They kind of took advantage on the other side. They're going to say, we didn't take advantage, but if I tell them the stories, they're going to say, yeah, you're right about that. I mean, because think about what I just said. If you get a slew of food stamps, y'all get $1,000 worth of food stamps a month. We have a cookout together. Y'all know good and damn well I'm spending cash. They don't say, hey, you want me to use my stamps? Or, hey, you want me to buy something from you? Or, hey, I'm having a food stamp cookout. You want to come over and get a food stamp plate? They ain't never do me like that, buddy. That's taking advantage, isn't it? And I agree with you. But I do this amongst family only. And guess what? And thank you, Mustafa. That's letting me know you at home too. And I know you are. And I'm glad you're here because I think I'll need you a lot of days. Because we all know the Lord makes no mistakes and they better know it. Mustafa also said, because I like to keep family bonds. Yes. What I'm hearing from you is you keep family bonds, but you also keep family bonds with boundaries. By me coming in here in the middle of the combo, I'm not knowing what's going on. A serious counsel. The chicken fight is out of line. No, 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 no. Wait a minute, Mustafa. No, let me tell you this about me. Listen to me, Mustafa. You continue to do just what you did. You're the perfect person. What happens with me, and I'm not being funny, with me, I go so deep in here till I had to tell like a couple people, like 400 Circle Media, for an example. He wanted to talk about mental health, and I had to let him know I can't do that. I'm not a mental health patient. I can't do that, ain't gonna do that, won't do that, and because I'm not. The reason why, you can't beat a person up for 2 hours talking about mental health. And I know sometimes I'll go so deep down in the ocean, I need somebody like you to fly in or interrupt things. If that makes sense. I'm a methodical person like that. So when you come in, I don't care. When you threw off the chicken, you notice you said the chicken. You don't know what we're talking about. Why? Because if you notice, there's no topic there. The only description that say that, and normally that's not even my topic. Normally my topic, I didn't even realize I didn't say men only, because normally I say men only. That's how I normally do my lives. But tonight, I just said Queen Dee Dee Saiddit is live. What now? What now for real? So when you came in, how did you know what? You didn't know what we're talking about. Most people leave a title or whatever they do. No. So my topic is whatever your comment is. That's how I am. In other words, I can hold those type of conversations. It don't matter which way you're coming from. The difference is I seen someone else do a live where they were reading the comments. The difference with this guy, he was reading the comments and he addressed the comment like that. So what's the difference between me and him? I go deeper in a comment. A comment is what structures how I'm gonna talk to you, whether you believe it or not. I don't care if you come in and tell me hello. It's always something with me anyway. And then you tell me hello. I don't know how you look, don't know how you smell, don't know how nothing. But I just formed a conversation with you. So when it started getting interesting, that's when I don't mind hearing your voice. Then after your voice is when I see a person, and when I see you, I'll tell you everything. And that's how I am. So in other words, there's nothing wrong with what you did. I would like for you to continue to do stuff like that, because you fit in just where you were supposed to get in at. And I definitely appreciate you saying, because I like to keep family bonds. That was very interesting. Thank you so much. Insatiable say, I went to the store today. When I got out the car, I looked over and an old white guy stuck his middle finger at me, but he pointed down. So I showed him. Insatiable. Insatiable is my name. It's insatiable. Insatiable. Oh, don't pull that stunt no more. He pointed a finger. You don't point the gun. You better not do that anymore. Bad boy. Listen, I want you here every night when we come on. You know you're a part of this panel. Don't do that. But who would I be if I didn't tell you from the jump? You know better than that. But insatiable, I would have never guessed that you would have did that. That's why it's funny. And guess what Insatiable said? Yeah, because that coward disrespected me. That's why. He damn sure did. He damn for sure did. He did it. He listen, insatiable is not that type of person. Insatiable say, I looked over. All he did, he said he went to the store today. When I got out the car, I looked over and an old white guy stuck his middle finger at me. But he pointed down. So I showed him my. I'm moving on. Insatiable say, I love all women. Right there and in that order. And that's all you could do. Insatiable, if you love all women, I don't care who you marry. Love all women. You marry a white woman and you marry that white woman for the right reasons. What's wrong? You marry a black woman. What's wrong? See, here's the thing with that. I heard people say, oh, the men are going over in other countries to find women. They could go to the other country to find women. Just make sure you find the right one from the other country, because just because you get them out of the other country, that don't mean they're healed. Next, Mustafa is a Scorpio. Mustafa, look up a Scorpio and a Capricorn. Mustafa also said, and I'm not joking, a Scorpio is a very powerful sign to me. Very, very, very powerful sign. Why? Because those are the two first ones that sit on the earth. And that's where we battle at, with the Scorpio and the Capricorn. And it's a true battle. If you go back and you look it up, you'll see. Anything that hit the market, you're going to see a Capricorn or a Scorpio there. I mean, Capricorn is the earth. What you think a Scorpio is? What can you do without water? But where I beg the difference, where you going to put your water if you don't got my earth? Sorry, I had to look. Think about that. But a Scorpio is a very powerful sign. Insatiable say there are good and bad in every race. I hate when men and women feel like another race is perfect. Exactly. That's why I'm saying, just because you ran to another country and got another woman, what that mean? Did you run to another country to get another woman because you want her to be submissive? Did you run to another country to get another woman because you knew you didn't understand her damn language only to a certain poquito extent? Let's keep it real. So when I hear stuff like that, that's what I was trying to tell Gotten. I said, Gotten, some of this that this guy you listen to, some of this is some real conversation where he probably honestly had problems with black women. He's a black man, but only to an extent, because he still got a black mama. I'm sure he got black sisters. If not, he got black cousins and black. I mean, did you exile everybody out your whole family? You doubt that. So part of his conversation is like, comments, and subscribes. But on the other side of it, like Insatiable just said, don't feel like another race is important, because you still got to go get to know that other race too, unless you're looking for someone that don't talk back. Then that's the case. You don't got to go to another country. Hell, they online. Show them $1. Mustafa say, no human is more human than another human, regardless of race or money. And that's what people don't understand. And you know what else they don't understand? Just because you look at a person, that don't mean that person isn't going through anything. This is where I think I kept rehashing in my head who's supposed to be here with me right now, because it was so surreal that nobody paid me no attention when I was hurting on the inside, bad. And it was so surreal to me because I pay attention to everything. And even things that I pay attention to, that there's things that I pay attention to and I'll actually ignore it, because I could dig so deep in the forest until I say, yep, right there, that's where it's at. That's where, let's talk about this right here. Because it don't take all day. It don't take an arm and a leg. It don't take my whole afro. It don't take the scarf. It don't even take the camouflage earrings. I mean, you need these to go in the woods, but the way I feel, I'm going in the woods bare. Because when you come out the woods, I want you to be bare. Because when you come out the woods, that means you're ready to get to know who you are. Mustafa said, we all go through the same struggles. No one is exempt. No one, peoples. No one. This is why you fit so well here, Mustafa. There's the mainly in our panel, my men that really come, and it's really we are bond now. It's Capricorns, Scorpios, Libra, Virgos, and Pisces mostly, and a couple Cancers, maybe, and one Cancer, but one Pisces, maybe two, one Pisces, Capricorn, Capricorn. It's about 10 of us, and it all run in that Pisces, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra. I don't think anybody said that they were a Leo. But Insatiable say black men and women on YouTube need to stop putting each other down. Neither side is better than the damn other. And that's why I'm trying to tell you. I seen a couple of the black lady channels. And it's another one. Her name is also Dee Dee. And she proclaimed to be married. And she proclaimed to have children. The problem that I have with that is, as a married woman with children, why did you find black women to beat up on? Or are you just doing content? Number one. Then there's another black lady, I can't remember her name, but she's also married. And she only brutally beat up black women in her content. But if you notice me, I ain't interested in it. I'm not interested in that type of baggage. I'm not interested in getting a bunch of men on here and really getting them in the uproar, because if you want to get in the uproar about talking about black women and this right here, there's so many damn channels out there for that. What we talk about here is stuff. And that stuff is what we decided to stuff it. Insatiable say, I saw her. I really, 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 really enjoyed this live tonight. And thank everybody that came in. And Insatiable, again, my condolences go out to the family and you. And we definitely are sorry to hear that you lost your dad. I'm sorry, your uncle. And I don't know how I missed this. No, it was one where Mustafa. I got to go back up. Mustafa said that he's a Capricorn. Mustafa also said, I know how to cut them off. Scorpio, my nephew, who I haven't heard from in 4 years, just text me asking for $120. And one thing about Scorpios, they love making money. They love having money. They're very meticulous sign. They're one of them signs that honestly, they're used to people coming to them. They're used to getting what they want. I mean, I could keep going, but I like that. I like Scorpios. Because the next under me, it would be a Scorpio. But you got to be a for real Scorpio. And just by Mustafa talking tonight, that's a thoroughbred. Because not everybody come in and know how to hold conversations. I mean, there's only so many correct and misspells words you're gonna have. You're going through a chat with these small ass buttons on these small ass phones these days with our big ass fingers, especially mine. At the end of the day, Mustafa came in and stomped the ground. And if Gotten got any kind of love for himself, Gotten need to go back and re-watch this. Yes. I just definitely love Mustafa tonight. And you know what? And I definitely appreciate Insatiable coming in and joining in and giving us just the knowledge he's given us. Like you shouldn't be worried about a different race and who this, who that. If a person decide they want to go that way, go that way. The problem with it is take your ass that way, but don't bash over here. But then guess what? That might be his way of venting. Maybe eventually if he vent enough, he'll get over it. Or if his checks start getting weak, he'll get over it. Or if his checks getting bigger and bigger, he ain't getting over it, honey. You might as well get over it. And that ain't nothing but the truth, baby. No one exempt, Mustafa said. Nobody. It doesn't matter where you go. Insatiable made it clear. There are good and bad in every race. I hate it when men and women do that. They trying to down and act like they perfect and stuff. I know. I know, Mustafa, and guess what? I could probably keep going. And thank you again, Insatiable, for saying Black women and men need to start beating each other. Stop beating each other to a pulp on social media. We're tired of it. Because I don't come on here for that. That's one of my guidelines. Listen, you may throw something out there here and there, but if it got to bite a woman and then snatch her frontal to the other side, please leave it off of here. Unless you're telling me something happened. And here's the thing about me. You could call and tell me something happened with someone. I don't give a damn who wrong. If you explaining to me something happened and I feel like you wrong, yeah, I'm going to go on her side. And if I feel like she wrong, I'm going to go on your side. So I feel like I'm just as fair as I could be. That's why I don't mind any of the conversation, but as long as you be respectful. Better be. Mustafa says, stop talking about me. I know, and I'm definitely not finished, but I'll let some of that slide for the night. Mustafa say, LOL. Mustafa also say, calling me out on what I do. No, that's not even calling you out on all that you do. That's calling you out on a portion. Don't go there. That's calling you out on a portion, Mustafa. Insatiable say, thanks and good night. God bless to you and Brownie Page. Thank you so much, Insatiable. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And good night. And Mustafa, I can't wait till we do this again. I definitely want to do this again with you. But I want you to know this too. If you want to call, it won't be on the live, but it'll be on the recorded call. But if you want to call, you're more than welcome to call me at any time, because I definitely not only love the conversation with you, not only do I love the conversation with you, you can be very inspiring to someone else as well, because that's nothing but maturity. And I know when I start talking serious business, I don't want to play games like that. I just like when you can break up the monotony. But when I say play games like that, that's people that shouldn't even be involved in the conversation anyway. And one day, Mustafa, you know what I want to do with you? One day, you know what? I want you to go back. I did a Kevin Samuels video with Kevin Samuels and Steve Harvey. I'm going to tell you to do that homework. And when you do the homework, I want you to come back to me and let's talk about that. Because I know you love your mama and your grandmama. And you need to hear that video right there, Hunter, to the T. I think we would do really good doing that video together. And I'm not kidding. So listen, Mustafa, please make sure you come back. When I tell you, I don't know, it's something about you that you probably done found you somewhere to be, and I definitely want to have you here. And for anybody out there in my parking, not anybody out, thank you, blessed to you too, Mustafa. Not anybody, the ones that are out there in my parking lot, I want to tell y'all, thank y'all so much for coming in. And I know Mustafa said that, Mustafa say, love the show, and thanks for the opportunity of always, of course, and will do too. I always tell people, Mustafa, it's not a show. It honestly, genuinely is me. I guess honestly, I might be so damn entertaining until it seemed like it's a show, but it ain't. It really isn't. So, but thank you for looking at it that way. Thank you for, I'm gonna say thank you for tuning in, and I definitely can't wait to talk to you again. Mustafa say, love you, sis. I'm about to bounce. What's your schedule? I'd come on like 7:30 in the afternoon, and I try to do one, but you can call me anytime. If you ever want to talk about anything, just call me. Don't worry about my time. When it comes to a live, if I do a live during the day, it'll be at 1:30. But my night live is typically at 7:30. But don't worry about the live. If you want to talk to me, not from a live, you're more than welcome to give me a call. Just remember that. And love you too. And good night. And good night to everybody in the chat. And I'll see y'all next time. You too.